Well, we all know that New England is filled with rivers, lakes, streams, and the like, and so forth. These can be great spots to explore the ecosystem. I never knew about snorkeling in New England on rivers and so forth, but I guess you can do that. Who would know better than Scott Tucker, of course, of Expedition New England, and your son Race, Aquaman here. I understand you guys both recently did some freshwater stuff. So talk about what made you, you decide to take it to the river.
It all started with his sister about 7 years ago, Sister Daphne. I figured, how am I going to be able to get them in a natural environment, out of the pool, and teach them how to snorkel and show them what kind of wildlife we have? We put on a snorkel and a mask on Daphne, and we opened up the world, the other almost 66% of the earth to her.
Right.
And since then, he's done it, we're all doing it, it's fantastic.
How cool, because in the pool all you see is other people's feet, right? Right, Rich? Yeah. All right. Well, let's see a clip of you guys doing your thing out in nature here.
Swimming pools are absolutely wonderful. Great places for the kids to get confident with their swimming, snorkeling abilities. But it's here, in the rivers and streams, brooks, ponds. This is where we can encounter the wildlife without killing it with fish hooks.
In the ocean, you can, a lot of places down the Caribbean, fascinating places. What kinds of species of fish do you see in the rivers and lakes around here?
This place called New England is loaded with bass.
Yeah, also in this river, we saw massive suckers. Dad, show them how big they were.
White suckers, which as a fisherman growing up, I always kind of said, oh gosh, it's not a trout. But to see a white sucker, which is a solid, 16 inches, in its environment is just breathtaking. Bass, sunnies, bluegills, I mean, it just goes on and on.
You mentioned this river. What river were you in? What are some good spots?
Well, we like to go to rivers where you're only waist high. You don't want to go too deep. You could pick any river, any little tributary off the Hammonasset River, off the Farmington River, off the Connecticut River. We're in an undisclosed area up in East Haddam. But you can pick anyone near your house.
No places not to try.
I swear.
Okay. Well, if you swear by it, then I swear by it. All right, so let's take a look at some of the things you did encounter in your snorkeling experience. We have another clip to look at.
And with Race clasped to my back, we push forward, looking for fish. And within moments, this amazing smallmouth bass comes up and gives us a look. Totally unafraid.
So cool. Now, by the way, so Race has some of the equipment right here. You're just wearing a wetsuit. That makes the season longer because it gets cold in the waters, right? What else do you need?
And that's really optional, the wetsuit. I just want to be clear, like, you don't have to have one. Like,
high summer, it's warm.
We're spoiled. His mom's got the pool up to 85 degrees. So the poor kid. But anyways, just kidding, Ava. And so a mask and a snorkel are really the keys.
And those aren't expensive.
They're not. You could pick them up at Walmart. You can pick them up anywhere for 20 bucks.
Sure.
And as long as they fit the face good, and you get some testing in a pool, you can walk into that same waist-high river and see an entire other universe of life.
Now, if you're only waist-high, do you really need the foot fins?
The foot fins are nice because when you have the wetsuit, you're floating, and you don't want to be kicking up the substrate. You want to kind of be above it. You don't want to be stepping into the water because then you kick up all the all the
silt,
silt and stuff.
Yep, you can't see much. So finally, what are some of the educational experiences for the kids? What do they learn by doing this?
What I'm hoping is that when you see these fish in this environment, you almost become hooked on fishing in a new way. And you become interested in how do we keep the water clean? For example, Race and I saw garbage in this river up in the middle of East Haddam. How did garbage get there? Open up that dialogue. How do we keep it clean? How do we protect these fish so we don't overfish them? And we have new fish for generations to come.
Fantastic. Well, you sold me, and that's a very good point to make. Race, you're going to have a lot to talk about when you start first grade in a few weeks, right?
Yeah.
Attaboy. All right. Thanks for coming in, both of you guys. Always a pleasure. Scott Tucker of Expedition New England and Race, thanks for being here. For more information, you can go to our website, WTNH.com.